Hey there Internet, how are you doing? My name is Sedders and welcome to the first episode of the FIFA 15 Premier League season, a weekly series featuring predictions for all the weekend's Premier League games in FIFA 15. So yeah, let's get this kicked off. Our first game this week and for this series is the early kickoff on Saturday and sees Manchester City take on Tottenham. 3 points for second place Manchester City could see them close the gap between themselves and first place Chelsea, for a few hours at least. We wouldn't have to wait too long for the first goal in this game, as a powerful run from Sergio Aguero would see the Argentine burst through the Spurs defence, skillfully avoiding Vertonghen and then side-foot the ball past the helpless Lloris to put City at 1-0 up early on. Shortly after, a shot from Edin Dzeko would bring out a good save from Hugo Lloris to keep the difference between the two teams at 1. Lamela did have a chance for Spurs in the 36th minute, finding space in the Man City penalty area, but he could only manage to rush his shot and put it a long way over the bar, not troubling Joe Hart in the City goal. Aguero would nearly get himself another goal right on half-time, as some good build-up play in the middle of the park and some trickery from the Argentine led to an attempt that went just narrowly wide of the post. Late on in the second half, a long through ball from the Spurs defender put Chadli through on goal, and only a good save from City keeper Joe Hart denied Tottenham an equaliser. Tottenham would pay for not taking their chances after a controversial penalty decision would go Man City's way late on. Quite possibly the softest penalty decision I've seen so far, as there didn't look to be any contact as Lloris punched clear across. Yaya Toure would step up and take advantage of the dodgy decision and powered in as to help his goalkeeper to give City a 2-0 lead and all 3 points. A good win this for City, as it would help them close the gap on league leaders Chelsea. Arsenal went into the game against Hull with an impressive record of having beaten today's opponents in 7 straight games in all competitions. It started off promisingly for Arsenal, as Santi Cazorla was able to find space in the box, before having an effort that required a decent save from Hull keeper Harper to deny the Spaniard. It would be quite a wait for a goal in this one, however, with Arsenal eventually opening the score in the 68th minute. Some good dribbling and close control from Alexis Sanchez saw him drive into the Hull box and finish confidently in the bottom corner. Arsenal will go on to win this one 1-0 and extend their run to 8 consecutive victories over Hull in all competitions. After some impressive results in recent weeks, West Ham face Burnley, hoping to continue their good form. West Ham would create some decent opportunities in the first half, first with Zarate bringing a good save out of the Burnley goalkeeper, and then later on Stuart Downing would hit a free kick off the post. And then just before half time, Zarate would find the net after being played through on goal, powerful finish giving the keeper no chance. Burnley would have an attempt cleared off the line moments before half-time after confusion in the West Ham penalty area. Zarate would get on the score sheet again late in the second half with a similar goal to his first one. A good through ball that was then powered into the side of the net to give West Ham a 2-0 lead. Burnley would keep attacking however and nearly got a reward for some good play. However, the post denied them, meaning West Ham would walk away from this one with a clean sheet and all 3 points. League leaders Chelsea faced an away trip to Crystal Palace in this next game, looking to extend their lead at the top of the Premier League table. It would not be long before the first goal was scored in this game as some good build-up play from Chelsea led to Diego Costa getting through on goal, and after initially trying a cheeky flare finish, got lucky with the rebound and put the chance away to give Chelsea the lead. Chelsea will go 2-0 up shortly after, thanks to Eden Hazard's skillful run in which he managed to cut inside, spin past the Palace defender before confidently firing a shot into the back of the net. Crystal Palace would get one back however after some poor defending by Chelsea eventually led to a tap-in for punching to give Palace some hope of getting something from this game. Into the second half then, and Oscar would go close for Chelsea but not close enough as his effort went just wide of the far post. Crystal Palace very nearly equalised just before full time with a header that cannoned off the crossbar. 2-1 Chelsea this one would finish. Everton host Aston Villa at Goodison Park, looking to improve on their somewhat poor start to the season. But it was Aston Villa that would have the first opportunity, with Delph putting a shot just wide of the Everton goal. Lukaku would go close for Everton later in the half after first bullying his way through the Aston Villa defence, forcing a good save from Guzan, and then firing just wide after Villa failed to clear properly. Villa would have the better of the early second half chances, and only the width of the crossbar stopped them opening the scoring after a header from Delph. Then in the 54th minute Everton would open the scoring after Bain's corner is headed in by Gareth Barry. The header was perfectly placed and not even the player on the line could stop it going in. And it would be made 2-0 late on after Aidan McGeady was able to cut inside twice and place a shot with his left foot into the side of the net. Everton fans were clearly happy to see their side put on a good performance and pick up the 2-0 win. A rain-soaked match at St James's Park as Newcastle take on Leicester. Newcastle go into this game with the unwanted statistic of being the only team in the league yet to score first in a game. It didn't start off too promisingly for Newcastle however, as it was Leicester that would come out attacking first, with numerous efforts that brought out some good saves from Tim Krul and also some wasted opportunities. Newcastle would eventually get going in this game however, as Sissoko was brought down on the edge of the Leicester penalty area, leading to a free kick in a dangerous area. The free kick that Sissoko would then step up to take himself, hits it up and over the wall into the top of the Leicester net past a despairing dive of keeper Kasper Schmeichel. Schmeichel would do much better a short time later, producing two impressive saves to keep the score at 1-0. Tim Krul for Newcastle likewise had to do work right on half-time as Jamie Vardy looked to level the score. Vardy again had a chance to equalise in the second half with an acrobatic effort that Tim Krul was once again equal to. A great goalkeeping performance from Tim Krul surely helped Newcastle secure their 1-0 win. First of Sunday's games would see QPR take on Liverpool. Not too many chances either way in this one, and it would take until the 35th minute before Liverpool finally created a chance and found the net. Henderson finding Lallana with a side-footed pass to put Lallana through on goal to place the ball past Rob Green in the bottom corner with a side-footed finish. QPR to their credit would not give up without a fight though and would force Mignolet to make a save to preserve Liverpool's lead heading into the second half. It would be a pretty quiet second half until late on when Mario Balotelli had an effort that went just wide after a strong run at the QPR defence. Liverpool would get a second goal shortly after in bizarre fashion when Rob Green seemingly scored an own goal after failing to properly catch a cross. Pretty difficult one to explain that, as it looked like a pretty simple catch for the keeper, but somehow it ends up in a goal for Liverpool. A late effort from QPR after chaotic defending in the Liverpool penalty area would do nothing to change the score, and Liverpool would leave this one with a hard-fought 2-0 victory. Our next game this week sees Southampton host Sunderland at St Mary's. Should be a good one this, as Southampton will be looking to continue their impressive start to the season, and Sunderland will have confidence coming off their win last week against Stoke. Perhaps feeding on that confidence, Sunderland would create the first opportunity in this game with Wickham firing just wide early on. Shortly after, Southampton would have their first chance of the game, but Pele would put it just wide. Pele would improve his finishing in the 29th minute with a coolly placed side-footed shot that gives Southampton the lead going into half-time. Chances for both teams at the start of the second half, with Cork having an effort just over for Southampton, and then Buckley firing an effort wide for Sunderland after good play from Connor Wickham. Then in the 81st minute, Southampton would double their lead after a foul on Wanyama, with Tadic stepping up to curl a free kick from 35 yards around the wall with the ball bouncing just under the diving keeper. Keeper probably should have done a lot better with that, with the ball just bouncing off his arm and underneath him into the goal. It would get worse for Sunderland as Southampton would score a third after a low cross gave Sherman a tap in to make it 3-0 and secure all 3 points. The next game we have for you this week is Stoke versus Swansea. Stoke will be looking to bounce back from a disappointing defeat last week. Swansea will be looking to improve on the draw they got up at Newcastle. And it was Stoke that would have the first opportunity in this game, with Charlie Adam forcing a brilliant save from Fabianski. Keeper diving to his left to stop the shot ending up in the top corner. Then in the 19th minute, Wilfred Boney would find himself through on goal and would just toe poke it past the onrushing goalkeeper. It was a good run from the striker and a brilliant through ball to find him. Nothing fancy about the finish, just did what was needed to put Swansea 1-0 up in this one. Into the second half then, and Sigurdsson would double Swansea's lead in the most lucky of circumstances. A very soft goal for Stoke to concede, as it looked like the keeper was just about to collect the ball and it just somehow trickled under him and ended up in the back of the net. Not even Shawcross's desperate attempt at a sliding clearance could stop the ball from rolling over the line. And it would be 3-0 on the 85th minute after Ki Sun-young would pick up the ball on the edge of the Stoke box and unleash a shot that arrowed into the top corner. Nothing the goalkeeper could do to keep that one out. The shot was just placed too well and hit with too much power. And thanks to that final goal, it would mean Swansea would take all 3 points for a very convincing 3-0 win. The Monday night game this week sees West Brom host Man United. United will be looking to pick up another 3 points ahead of next week's game against Chelsea. But it'd be West Brom that had the first chance in this one, with Morrison putting a header just over the bar. Angel Di Maria would go one better for United shortly after, with a pacey run into the box, getting past 2 West Brom defenders and putting the ball past Ben Foster at his near post. The keeper will surely be disappointed with that one. One keeper that wouldn't be disappointed with his performance this week is Man United number 1, David De Gea, who continued his great form from the Everton game, denying both Craig Gardner late on in the first half and Graham Dorrans early on in the second. Not long after, United were able to double their lead, Marcus Rojo with an interception, which led to the ball going to Robin van Persie, who engineered space on the edge of the box and just smashed the ball into the top corner. Van Persie was allowed too much time and space on the ball and engineered enough space to unleash a left-footed shot right into the top corner, giving Ben Foster absolutely no chance, doubling United's lead. West Brom would not give up quietly though, and would have one more chance just before the full-time whistle, Georgios Samaras eventually putting the ball just wide of the far post. And it was Manchester United that would take all 3 points and some confidence going into the big test next week against Chelsea. Well, there you have it, that's all this weekend's Premier League games predicted on FIFA 15. How accurate they are, I guess we'll see. And yeah, thank you for watching, and be sure to check back for the next episode next week.